Namaste Friends. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste Friends. I am Yogi Devaraj from Yuva India Forum and Yoga University of the Americas. I am speaking on Advanced Pancha Kosha Viveka today. In Advanced Pancha Kosha Viveka, I welcome you all once again for this yoga session. In Advanced Pancha Kosha Viveka, we were discussing about consciousness and awareness, taking the back seat. How back seat helps us to understand the situation of life. We know about anger, during which we would not be knowing what exactly we are speaking, just we speak. So if you are in the back seat, you will understand also what is that I am speaking. Right? So in the same way, in ashrama system of our culture, heritage, or Sanatana Dharma, or yogic principles, it is said after Grihasthashrama, we should come back to Vanaprastha, where we have to sit and look back. What is that I have done in my life as in Grihasthashrama? And what is the benefit? By doing that, what is that I got it? Which is good, which is bad? All those things can be understood by questioning ourselves in after Grihastha when we enter Vanaprastha. That is why it's also called as Upasana Kanda, where we worship God and we try to understand a lot of questions raised during our Grihastha. Now, with this reference, let us understand one beautiful concept of consciousness and awareness as explained in Ashtavakra Gita. See, consciousness is the Chaitanya, energy, sentient life energy, as explained in Pulse of Vedic Wisdom, our book. Once you are with that energy, welcome Srinivasji. Once you are with that energy, you will know what is that I am doing in that particular kosha. See, during Jagrita Avastha, that is from morning, early morning rising till we get into sleep, that is called Jagrita Avastha. In that, if I am aware of what I am doing, I will not do mistakes. That means I can reduce agami karma. See the beautiful thing. If I am not aware, unconsciously, if I do something, whatever I feel like doing it, then I will be getting into problem of creating a lot of prarabdha karma and sanchita karma in my future life. So, what we need to understand is, especially in controlling the agami karma only, which we discussed in karma theory. That is the only place where we have got scope. That is the only place where we can apply our free will. See, fate and free will is another subject. Probably we can discuss. See, there are like that, there are many subjects are connected here. So once you use the free will little bit even, see, there is a feeling and belief that if you just walk 1 feet or 1 foot, God will come towards us by 4 feet. That means He is always there mercifully to help us, but we need to move towards Him. That is the only thing He expects from us. So, we have to understand what is consciousness which is given by God and apply it during Jagrita Avastha when we are doing lot of actions. Tanu, Mana, Dhana. That means in the mind, in words and in actions. If you apply this, then Agami Karma will be less. Once you have got the control on Agami Karma, your future is secured. See, in all types of yoga, we explain the same thing in a different way. See, in Bhakti Yoga, if you just surrender your mind, your Vijnanamaya Kosha, at the lotus feet of the Creator, then He will take care of you. That is Bhakti Yoga. That is Bhakti. Bhakti is nothing but love and surrender. Samarpana Bhava. Love means again here, we have to understand it's only unconditional love. Then we can have the best thing in Bhakti Yoga. That is, the consciousness is always at the lotus feet of the God. That is Bhakti Yoga. Next, Karma Yoga, as beautifully explained in Bhagavad Gita. Karmanye vadikadaste ma paleshu kadachana ma karma palaheturbu mate sangostva karmani. It's a wonderful shloka which tells you basically you have to do your karma. You have to do your work. You have to do your kartavya, which is your duty. That's all. Rest, leave it to God. Whatever the fruits He gives, just accept it. That means to say, God is there for everyone, everywhere, in every work. So, do it only as His representative. See, I remember one parable, an incident happened in Swami Ramakrishna's life with one of his disciples. He's a householder disciple. See, Swami Ramakrishna has got two different type of disciples. One is monks or bachelors or sannyasis. The other one is householders. There are 16 maybe. One of the householder was also alcoholic person. He was asking one question always, how to give up this alcohol habit, drinking habit. He was asking many times, but Sri Ramakrishna never answered for a long time. But once he was forcing him to tell how he can give up alcoholic drinking. Then he told, okay, come, let us go to X house today. There is satsang. Both of them went. At the end of the satsang, Sri Ramakrishna completely was holding a pillar in that house and asking that person to help him to leave that pillar, to bring him away from that pillar. He was a bit confused, surprised, that student. He was telling Swamiji, or they were telling Thakur always. Sri Ramakrishna was addressed as Thakur by his disciples. Then he tells Thakur, you are only holding to that pillar. Why don't you leave it? That's it. Then he tells, the disciple, this is the answer for your question also. See, he was drinking alcoholic drinks, right? Who has to live if he wants to live? Himself. That was the answer. See, that is how our great gurus were giving the communication so beautifully in a very simple way during that time. So, we have to understand how exactly we are living. And we have to analyze ourselves. That is a self-inquiry or swadhyaya. So now applying that swadhyaya to the world or our life, making use of consciousness and awareness, here comes during Jagrita Avastha, whatever we are doing, we must do it consciously, first thing. With a lot of love, unconditional love. Then only we are able to be in awareness. Right? Awareness comes only when you are conscious. I told you I have to be in back seat. Then only we can see how we are driving also. We have to see ourselves, how we are driving our life journey, our life vehicle. How this Annamaya Kosha is being used, how my Manomaya Kosha is being used, how I am using my Vijnanamaya Kosha, whether I am struck somewhere, like in Kleshas, Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha, or am I struck with Arishit Vargas, like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Nama, Rupa, Kala, Desha. Whether I am stuck with Vyakti, Vastu, Vishaya, Ghatana. See, there are multiple reasons for us to get stuck in our life. We should keep on checking, am I stuck somewhere? Or am I moving towards my purpose of life? Unless we have purpose of life, we cannot check. So, we need to understand where I am going by each and every action of my own self every day. So that is nothing but consciousness on the one side and the awareness on the other side. First, you should be conscious of doing it, then you should be aware of it. Say, in any case, when you go to sleep, as already explained, you know that you will be making use of only your Anandamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha. But during Jagrita Avastha also, you have to understand, observe, analyze where you are. That is awareness. That is awareness. That is why meditation is done when you are in Jagrita Avastha, not in sleep. That means Jagrita Avastha when you are awakened state, during that time consciously you have to work on your Annamaya Kosha, withdrawing your Panchendriyas or Jnanendriyas. That is what is Pratyahara. Then forgetting about your mind also, that is your Manomaya Kosha. Just to keep aside your Vijnanamaya Kosha also, because you are not even that. Then finally, then you will be as if you are in sleep, you will be in meditation. When calming down the mind, when you are in bliss sheath or Anandamaya Kosha, you will be enjoying the fruits of your meditation. So, one should be conscious of whatever the movements we make during the Jagrita Avastha or daytime. Because that is the only thing where we have got control. Depending upon that, depending upon the movements we make in the Jagrita Avastha, we are going to have our dreams or Sapnavastha. Similar way of dreams we can expect even if they get dream, or you may not get dreams at all. You may have dreamless sleep. You may directly enter deep sleep state where you will be enjoying that. That is why for some people even 4 hours, 5 hours sleep is enough, because they directly get into deep sleep without entering any Sapnavastha or intermittent stage. So with this, you have to increase your, one is consciousness on the one side, the other side is awareness. With which passion or compassion or the emotion in your inside you are reacting. That is why the Pakka definition given by Rishi Patanjali, Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yoga. You have to control those actions which are emanating from your mind. If the mind is pure and divine, naturally all your thoughts will be divine and pure. If your mind is confused, your thoughts also will be confused. You can neither control your body or the mind or your intellect. Each one will be playing their own havocs in your life, and you are becoming victim of all this. So that is why yoga gives wonderful techniques to control the body, mind and Vijnanamaya Kosha, so that whenever you want, you can shut down all this and be in Anandamaya Kosha. This is the process of yoga. Friends, I am small, I am only giving the small bits so that you can practice all this, because the deeper aspects, probably tomorrow we'll discuss about Drik Drushya Viveka, how you can apply on your Pancha Kosha Viveka. Friends, till then, I am thankful to all of you, especially for people from USA, good night, and for people from India, good day. Let us end the session. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Friends, I thank you so much for supporting us in all our activities. We are getting lot of inquiries to join for our Rotary Bangalore Global Yoga Club also, which are going to start probably tomorrow. Today is the last day. Tomorrow we are going to submit our application. With that, having a good rapport with the Rotary International, which is having around 35,000 plus clubs, having 1.3 million people around the world in more than 200 countries for the last 120 years, doing the great seva. We want to join them and give the seva of yoga to the whole world. Whoever is interested in becoming founder member of this Global Yoga Club of Bangalore Rotary, under able leadership of Shri Nagendra Prasad ji as a district governor, whoever is interested can join today itself. Thank you. Thank you so much. Namaste.